In the not-so-distant future, the Gunpla battle simulator has undergone many iterations in its history and is about to begin the next phase in its evolution. Thanks to cutting-edge AI, improved game terminals, and advanced Gunpla scanning techniques, a new age of Gunpla has arrived. By connecting to G-Base remotely, players can now access the virtual world from their own devices, eliminating the need for large arcades. Gameplay is no longer just about Gunpla battles. Using their Gunpla as custom avatars, players can now meet online to chat and socialize. With this new social element, the program's popularity reaches unprecedented heights. The name of this new simulator is Gunpla Battle Blaze Beyond Borders, but it is more commonly known as GB4. Following a closed alpha, the game is entering an open beta test in preparation for its official launch. Despite being in the testing phase, it already has rabid support from its users and is expected to become a worldwide success.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at Gundam Breakers 4, which I'll be honest, as soon as it was announced I was super thrilled, and I have to say I'm very impressed with the gameplay and how much better it is than New Gundam Breakers. It's like New Gundam Breakers was fun, but the biggest issue was they did not optimize the PC release, which, understandable, it was the first PC release for a Gundam Breakers game. At least as far as I can find. I don't know if I'm thinking I'm right on that, but I'm not 100%. But with this, with New Gundam Breakers, there was an issue that would cause my graphics card to overheat. And when I upgraded graphics cards, I tried New Gundam Breakers again, and it wouldn't overheat as bad, but there was still an issue. And the movement was really clunky, the loading was horrible. This is just an overall improvement, and I've been checking my temperatures on my graphics card, and it has not looked like it's overheating at all, which I am thrilled about. And overall, like, the combat, the smoothness of the combat in this game is really good. They do a lot better job giving tutorials for each of the different weapon types and fleshing out the controls a lot better. I'll get into it later about the camera controls, because I can showcase that a little better outside of this gameplay. But the other thing that I was impressed with was how in-depth the customization is, and I'll go into that a hell of a lot more, because that, I think, is like the best part about this series of Gundam games, is just how much you can customize everything. So, don't want to spoil too much though. So, a little quick summary of the story for you. As you saw in the opening, I'll take this all. This is all inside a Gunpla battle simulator, which is an online game with a lobby and everything. You meet people in the story mode, talk with them, friend them, do all that sort of story mode stuffs. But the main importance of the story mode is that you have to beat it in order to unlock the higher difficulties, and in order to allow you to level up your parts. Because the more chapters of the story mode you complete, the higher the level cap for your parts increases, and the more difficulty modes you get. I think there is there are 5 difficulties in total. The first 2 that you get right off the bat is standard and casual. Casual being the easiest, standard being just your average. And I do believe it goes hardcore is the next step up. Extreme, and then new type is the hardest, which I think no matter what part of the story you're in, new type raises the difficulty to if you're maxed out level 50 on everything. So it's kind of cool. And apart from that, I think I will kick it over to the customization portions.
Well done, everyone.
Alrighty, so this is what is called your room, and you go here to assemble your Gunplas, paint them, do blueprints. I have a few different ones saved, and we'll just transfer over to the Reaper. Load. Boom. And for making new ones, it kind of blows if you have to go and basically deconstruct whatever you have and then transfer it over. I just got a few right now. I'm planning on making a lot more. This game has been rather entertaining. But so we'll back out, go to the assembly, and from here you have full customization of whatever parts that you've gotten in whatever drops you've gotten from doing missions. So it's like the biggest one that you can do. We'll just go back to the one that I have. Oh, whoops. Back up. Just go right back here. With the Pale Rider, go to adjust. And you can adjust your positioning. And with controller, I don't know how it is. I'm wondering if it's the same if you use like your key. Let's try that. Yeah. If you use up and down on your keyboard or up and down on joystick or D-pad on controller, you can just adjust position. So you can offset things, move them down or up. But I will be honest, I do think there ends up being some clipping issues. Oh, just a little more. And yeah, all 3 of your axes, you can just move up, down, left, right. Just back to 0. And then scale. You can give yourself big head or small head. Kind of helps if you're using kind of helps like if you switch or if you grab like if you just like the look of some of these super deformed ones, you can adjust. Like here, I'll just equip this real quick and adjust. You can just go minimal scale to match whatever you have going on. Which it isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to apply changes. Whoops. I'll just go back to blueprint. Load. Then from in here, you can also go to your weapons and select whatever you want. And for weapons, there are axes, whips, twin beam sabers or nagatas. I forget how they phrase it. just regular beam sabers. Then you got great swords, which make it so you just have a single weapon. Then you also have, do I have one? Melee. And that's just a regular one. There it is. And lances. Those are your melee weapons. Then for here we have long range rifles. And oh, oops, I have sorted for only long range. And then we got rifles, machine guns, Gatling guns, and bazookas. Big old Gatling gun, a bazooka Joe. Here's one of the machine guns. I still don't get it, but the beam shotgun is under the rifle category, which makes me sad, but whatever. And here you can just add extra parts. Some are cosmetic only. Some of them, like these ones, they added an OP skill that you can add. Or like if you have both of these Uchi-Katanas, you can add an EX skill to your quick skills. It's kind of interesting, just the amount of different things you can do. And it is from all the different variations of Gundam that are out. And it all depends just on what it's like. Or not what it's like, but what they say. And then when you max out a skill, or master one rather, it allows you to select them for any of the EX skills or OP skills. So it's like, that's what that little exchange sign means, I do believe. Yeah. It switches up what, it makes your body parts switch mid-combat, so you can just activate that skill. And I meant to go to this one. But yeah, all in all, I do think they went very in-depth with how they decided to use add more customizations. And like camera control, 10 times better. This one, it feels a lot smoother trying to keep up, or just tracking my Gunpla. Like, even when I'm boosting, it's like... Only thing that gets obnoxious is if you don't switch camera modes while you are going up against some of the bosses. It makes it so that you have weird camera angles. Because if you stay locked onto the giant bosses, it does not like to... Like, it'll pull your camera angle in like that. Or like this. Because of how... In those maps, they're relatively small, too. It's like this one where it's like the freeform targeting is pretty good. And this one is not too bad with the like actual gun aim. there on the right side of your screen is the OP abilities. And then over here on the left, you have the EX abilities. And then down in the bottom is your awaken screen, which in actual combat you will have seen by this point with some of the background footage. You do have to activate it. And then you hit both sticks or G to activate it if you're playing keyboard mouse. I don't know. It might just be me, but I do prefer how controller feels. I know this was originally designed for console games, so that might play into it. And then certain weapons have charge abilities. Here, the beam scissor, which is Death Scythe's weapon, does a charge uppercut. And then these twin beam cannons have, when used together, they're the prototype beam cannons. They do a very long charge blast, and if you have both of them, if you have two of them equipped, you have this just rotating one. And the whip, you can pull enemy on, pull him towards you, or pull yourself towards them, and then they do just pull toward, like just doing the volleys, they do pull towards you. So if you want to get a group together and then charge up and attack, it makes it a little bit easier. That's why I'm using the combo. In test mode. We'll go back and we'll look at a couple of the other features with the body parts. Okay, so here we'll go to legs and I'll show you synthesizing. So what this does, it allows you to just pick these parts, and what this does is it increases the level of the one that you're synthesizing to, and it also increases all of your skills or abilities rather. So what we're just gonna look for what we already have. So let's see if I can show that. I think max level for all skills is 30. So hopefully this is enough. And then you once you get a few missions into the story mode, you will unlock the ability to use enhancing parts. So if you just want to level your thing without worrying about the abilities, that works. And like parts for the evolve parts, they increase your rarity, and the higher your rarity, the more abilities that you can have. So we'll go to next, and any of those changing? Probably not, because movement speed is, because it went up one level. So it jumped from 8.13 to 8.14. And I think once you hit level 30 on... Wait, I can actually just show that with this arm. Yeah, when you hit level 30 on most things, it caps out at 10%. So when we go back to the blueprint and go and look at total specs, shows all of them combined. So it's like you get really high. You start to get a lot of good specs. Here we'll look at just right there between the 3 item drop ones that you can have, between item drop, rate, quantity, or quality on its own, and then rate on its own. That's from all of the body parts, so head, torso, legs, backpack, and left and right arm. Those are boosting it to almost 50% for the quality and rate by themselves, and it's at 21% for rate and quality together. So it makes getting higher rarity parts a lot easier. You also have paint mode in here. And I really haven't gotten into a lot of it, but the more you play the game, you can unlock preset colors of damn near everything, of every type of Gundam in the game. So it's just like looking over there, you can see how much I don't use these. I just go for custom painting. But yeah, there's a lot, and then you can weather things too. You can, like, you're chipping, so it's like if you want to make like a rusted out Gundam look, or like a war-torn one, it's all possible. And then select that and we'll just look, and then you got different types of emblems that you can throw on anywhere, stickers from all of the Gundams, and probably some unique to this game too, who knows. But it's like it has quite the array of different things you can do. I just wish they had individual lettering. Because it would just kind of be nice to have that little extra thing of customization with it. Then poses, it sets what your menu pose is. So, like, now we apply the change, that's how it sits in the menu now. And when you complete a mission, that's how it'll look too. And photographing just takes you to another little blank slate where you can change poses. Boom. And then we'll go keep this pose, change background. And boom. There it is. And we'll just keep it like that. I'll back out of this for you. And now, if you're more into the, like, they added some really cool stuff that you can do. Like, and they make you do a tutorial on this too. And I think this is a really neat feature. You can go, So you can set up dioramas in different terrains. Get a different angle on things. Add frickin', like here, it gives you tutorials. Like, I haven't screwed with this that much. And you can add gunplas from blueprints. I think there's also a way to... Oh yeah, here it is. You can just add any Gundam. You can buy these models in the shop. And it just allows you to add them to your dioramas. So you can create it, whatever. Map texturing. And then there's a whole bunch of different places that you can do them. It's really a in-depth system, and that could be its own video on it. Just trying to explain how that all works. And this is gallery of uploaded blueprints. Like I threw up a prototype Gundam, or a prototype Reaper a few days ago. Not too bad. And the last little bit that I wanted to talk about is the different game modes. There are, when you go to the mission select screen, there are 4 different things that you can choose from. And the first being the story. The second is just quests, so it's like the different types of missions you'll do in story mode. Third type that you can select is called Bounty Hunter, where you can select, and it'll give you the option, if you're not online or connected to the network, it'll just be different ones that you come across in story mode, so like any of the story mode companions or enemies, you can select them as your bounty. And then if you're online, it's other gunplas that have been uploaded. So it's a rather cool system. Then the final mode is survival, which is kind of what most of my footage has been from. And it gives you, so with survival, you run 4 waves between 2 different levels. Then on the 5th level, it transports you to a boss stage. So as you see, this is level 10. And the clip prior, it was level 5. Next clip, it's level 15, or it's wave 15. Sorry, I keep saying level instead of waves. But this was what I wanted to get to my other gripe. If you have this set to auto camera or auto focus targets with your camera, it gets a little disorienting compared to if you are like how I am now in free mode or free view camera, where it's like if you're just whatever general direction is between those 2 little blue bars, it gives you a little orange target that just kind of gives you a somewhat lock on to. It's not too bad. But overall, outside of that small gripe with the cameras, I'd say this game is phenomenal. And if you're a Gundam fan, or just like how this looks in general, or like games like this where you have a lot of customization, can play with friends easily.
Mission cleared. Let's keep going.
I'd say it's a really good idea to pick up. And yeah. And I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Don't know when the next video will be coming out. I spent a lot of time trying to get this one all put together nicely for you. And hopefully now with some of the other stuff that I got going on, I will get back into a mood of wanting to make videos. But hope the quality on this one looks good for you. And I really do hope you enjoyed. If you could drop a comment down below, tell me what you thought, tell me if you're thinking about picking this up. Yeah, that's about all I got for you guys in this one, so I will catch you all next time. Peace